Who did Sydney Sweeney date before getting engaged to Jonathan Davino in 2022? Where does her net worth stand after starring in Euphoria, The White Lotus, and other big projects? And you'll never guess what Sydney's grandparents said about her boobs. Stick around for your deep dive into all things relating to Sydney Sweeney. You might be curious to know what Sydney's relationship history looked like before she agreed to marry her current fiancé, Jonathan Davino. The truth of the matter is that Sydney's previous dating life was extremely low-key, since she didn't gain major traction in the Hollywood industry until around 2017. That was when she landed a role in The Handmaid's Tale. She was acting well before that show came around, but she didn't become a full-fledged household name until later on. That being said, all of Sydney's past relationships before she rose to fame never received any media coverage. Sydney did open up about regretful past relationships she was involved in with Magazine C, saying, "There was a period there where my parents tried to shield me as much as possible from the pain and the financial stress. They didn't explain things to me, and that made me angry. So I acted out. The acting out Sid tried to find love through boys. I got myself into sometimes really unfortunate and even dangerous relationships." Unless Sydney ever offers more depth about those unfortunate and dangerous relationships, they will remain a mystery to her diehard fans. On a brighter note, it seems her relationship with Jonathan Davino is super healthy and positive. They avoid a lot of public scrutiny by keeping details of their relationship under wraps. It's unclear when they'll actually get married, even though he popped the question in 2022. Sydney and Jonathan will decide when they're ready for wedding bells to ring. On a separate note, there were tons of rumors surrounding Sydney and her Anyone But You co-star Glenn Powell as well. Fans believed they were secretly hooking up while filming the movie. In reality, Sydney and Glenn were never anything more than friends and co-stars. After starring in so many major projects over the last few years, it's interesting to consider where Sydney's net worth currently stands. Beyond Euphoria, Anyone But You, The White Lotus, and The Handmaid's Tale, she's been part of a long list of epic roles. According to Celebrity Net Worth, she's currently sitting on $40 million. Her net worth shouldn't be all that shocking since she is such a talented and beautiful starlet. Other projects she's been part of include Immaculate, The Voyeurs, Everything Sucks, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Sharp Objects, and Madame Web. Although Madame Web was dubbed a commercial flop, Sydney still did an excellent job in the movie as a teenage girl discovering her own impressive superpowers. Along with raking in her massive net worth as an actress, Sydney has a long list of lucrative brand deals under her belt. Some of the companies she's partnered with so far include Guess, Armani Beauty, Buy Drinks, Laneige, and Cotton On. Brand deals will take you far when it comes to pulling in tons of money as a celebrity. According to W Magazine, Sydney once spoke up about her finances, saying, "I have to give 5% to my lawyer, 10% to my agents, 3% or something like that to my business manager. I have to pay my publicist every month, and that's more than my mortgage." She also noted, "If I wanted to take a 6-month break, I don't have income to cover that. I don't have someone supporting me. I don't have anyone I can turn to pay my bills or call for help." That interview went down in 2022 though, so it's possible her views on her finances have shifted since then. Beyond Sydney's relationship history and net worth status, you might be shocked to find out what her own grandparents said about her boobs. During Sydney's appearance on The Ellen Show, she opened up about what it's like for her family members to watch her nude scenes every once in a while. When referring to her grandparents, Sydney revealed, "They said I have the best tits in Hollywood." That might not be something you'd expect to hear from any set of grandparents, but it's obvious that Sydney has tons of support from her family members regarding her career as an actress. As a reminder, Sydney doesn't strip down for every single role she takes, but she did film a handful of risque scenes for Euphoria. In Euphoria, she takes on the role of Cassie Howard, a troubled and insecure teenage girl who never really makes the best decisions. One of the biggest scandals from Cassie in the show was the time she agreed to hook up with her best friend's ex-boyfriend. Talk about drama. Anyway, what do you think of Sydney Sweeney as the world's latest it girl? Let us know your thoughts on her in the comment section below.